Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willowvine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. So I was going to put this one on Willow's Wisdom, but I'm drawn to Willowvine's at this time because I kind of feel like it's pertaining to messages that I've already delivered. So it has to over here and on Patreon and stuff. It's like things are connecting. So different readings. Okay, not the entire reading, like bits and pieces within multiple readings are kind of coming together is what it feels like. And that's kind of why I want to put it on this side of the coin. But this is like a wow moment or a WTF. Like, what? Because I feel like it's very spiritual. I want to start off with that. So this is definitely not for everyone. No message is for everyone anyways, but this has a high spiritual connotation to it, context, whatever. Because we have telepathy, tornado, which is like the tower card, and the tower brings in changes whether we like it or not, but this kind of feels like, wow. That's what that meant, or that's what that is. And it doesn't feel like it's pertaining to what somebody said. It could pertain to telepathic communication where, it's like, oh, that's why that popped in my head, or that's why this is even happening in the first fucking place. It's because you need to be aware of something with a specific person or whoever you're picking up on. Whatever information is coming through, you're picking up on it for a reason. And you might be seeing what that reason is soon. It's coming. I got a pit in my stomach. It's coming. So yeah, with tornadoes are devastating. Not all of them. Some of them can touch down and it's very minor, and then others just wipe everything out. It's like clean slate, which is why this represents the tower card for me, because, the tower brings in those changes, even if they're uncomfortable, devastating, hurtful, shitty, or wonderful, But even the worst towers, there's always like a light at the end of the tunnel with it. It happens for a reason. So there's a breakdown in a situation that's gonna happen for a reason. All of this is happening for a reason that wasn't fully understood is what I want to say, because then we have numbers, which is signs and synchronicities, and then here's your sign. Okay, the weird thing with the numbers card today, especially, which is why I'm even up here in the first place, because I was like, I want to do a reading like right now. Number synchronicities. It's not just about the meaning of the numbers. It's what it means to you sometimes, like what you feel when you see certain synchronicities and stuff. So 1111 is a big one, and I have been seeing it like crazy. I've also been seeing 111. It's just repeating numbers, so I'm going to say that it doesn't matter what they are, but the most significant ones that I've been catching today, and yesterday, and the day before. So 111, I saw the day before, yesterday, and then yesterday, and today, and then 1111. But the 111s that I've been catching were on my phone, like, and it had to do with messages. It'd be like I would have one text message and 11 voicemails, or whatever, might be emails versus something, but the little alert saying you have an unread message or note or notification or whatever would be 111 when you put it together. And I'm like, well, maybe it has to do with messages or someone speaking to me or to someone or whatever, what someone has to say. Something's coming in. It's information. But today I caught 1111 on multiple clocks. I caught it on my phone because not all my clocks are lined up at the same time. I caught it on my phone, then the stove, then the microwave. And the microwave is like 5 minutes behind or something. I can't remember. But anyways, it just caught my eye. I wasn't looking for it. And when I went to get coffee and whatever this morning, my ticket number was 2222. So there's a lot of synchronicities to pay attention to. And what's weird too is the woman at the window when I was getting coffee and my order and stuff, she mentioned something like, she goes, oh, 2222. Like, she pointed out. I always look at those labels anyways, and I would have noticed even if she didn't point it out. But she goes, ooh, maybe it has something to do with twins. And I was thinking, I laughed about it because she was thinking, because she knows I have the twins and stuff. She's like, hopefully there's no more twins coming in. You know what I mean? Because it skips generation. She was talking about that. And the weird thing is, I had a dream last night about fucking twins. So I was like, interesting. Maybe it does pertain to twin flame or literal twins in a situation, fraternal or identical. If you think about it, the things that are repeating are the same. Twins are the same. It's like two of the same thing, although if we're talking about people, they have different personalities and whatever. But they come from the same thing. They come from the same place. Like the same embryo and whatever. It's just split. Unless it's fraternal and then they're separate. But I don't know what that all is. I just know that it happened this morning. So pay attention to weird shit like that. Even if it seems like, I don't know. It's going to make sense. It's going to. Because I feel like I'm just going, oh my God. Like that? That's what's going on? Like something like that. Alright, so where am I going to go from here? Let's do this. Don't overthink it. You're definitely picking up on someone's thoughts. For someone. Someone is. The star. Well, it pertains to healing energy is what I want to say with that, but it's a spiritual connection. Potentially with a friend. So you could have a spiritual connection with a friend and you're picking up on what they're going through or thinking about doing, what they're thinking about. Leading the way, that's what's making me think of, because I'm looking at his nose as if he's Rudolph, even though in the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, the ghost dog does lead Jack Skellington around. Well, he doesn't really lead him around. He just follows him. He follows him. But I'm thinking of taking the lead. Like leading someone to this, to that, like showing them something. That's what this telepathy is. Because I just heard it worked. So it could have already happened in the past. This could be something that you're going over or that's going to resurface for you, and you're just going to go, oh, that's what that was. Lead it, because I feel like someone's thoughts were leading, were spiritually guiding you to do and say certain things. I hate bringing this back up, but, you know, I feel like, I'm not even going to say that. So, all right, give me a second, Spirit. What do I want to say with this? Because, okay, in the past, a lot of you know that I've gone on spiritual drives and all that, and I was spiritually led. Sometimes it was just, you know, spirit, my inner compass, whatever. Other times it was literally the thoughts of others, like, go here. And I know that because the things that I would come across at certain places that I would just feel like I have to go to, and I would hear it in my head, like certain locations even. I would find things that I either mentioned in readings or I would find what I heard in my head, like certain things. It was really weird. I'm going to go over that at some point, but it's something like that. So how I want to put this for y'all, because that was just my experience, which was a fucked up experience, which is probably why I used it as an example a lot, because it was on the extreme side of things. Because I was wide open. But this feels like, okay, say for example, you're connected to somebody and you're picking up on their thoughts or their intentions, whatever it is. It kind of feels like thoughts. So it's not spiritual guidance. It is, but it isn't. It's a spiritual gift that's guiding you because through what somebody else wants you to do, is what it kind of feels like. I feel like that really did happen in the past for somebody. I know it happened to me. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I know exactly who I am, how I roll, and what happened, and I remember everything. But regardless, it's like, okay, so you're connected to someone and they hid something. Okay, we'll just use something stupid as an example. They hid the remote. And you're like, where the fuck's the remote? Like, I need the remote to turn on the damn TV, and where'd it go? And they did this intentionally. Whatever this is about, it was done intentionally. So it's like, I'm going to hide this to see if you can pick up on what I'm saying. So then they're sending you the thoughts. Like, it is under my bed. The remote is under my bed. And they just keep sending that to you. And all of a sudden you go, I'm going to check under their bed. And you do, and there it is. And then they go, holy crap, you picked up on that. How the fuck do you know? Out of all the places to look, under my bed was not one place you should have looked, but you did. It's like, how did you find that? When it was in an obscure place, when you shouldn't have found it. You found something that maybe you shouldn't have because you were in this person's head. Even if they didn't send it to you, they could have just been thinking it, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna check there. And it just pops in like an idea, you know, like, I don't know why I'd want to look there, but I'm gonna. And then, whoop, there it is. It's being guided by someone. Potentially a friend, or someone you're friendly with. And for some reason, I just want to say, if you feel like these readings are too spiritual, too weird for you, then they're not for you. So don't worry about it. Because sometimes the truth is more fantastical than fiction. Yeah, well, there's definitely fucking betrayal here. It's painful ending, which is what I was talking about with the tornado, with the tower energy. These are bad intentions. So somebody was intentionally leading you around, showing you things, but it wasn't for the correct reasons. Because this is, you didn't know what was happening, okay? So you didn't know who was behind this. You didn't know why or what was happening when you were picking up on whatever this is. And this is coming from someone you thought you could trust, or someone you thought was your friend that you could be close to, whatever. And I feel like when you do find out, which could be the wow moment here for some of you, when you do connect that dot fully, you're going to feel betrayed. But it's going to break down this shit sandwich so that we can throw out the rotten bologna. You know what I mean? So it's when you find out who stabbed you in the back, who was fucking with your head, it feels like it will be painful, but like it will be disappointing, but necessary. And it will allow for change because, you know, if you were holding on to this person or still accepting their crap, like their lies to your face, you know, like, oh, we're friends still, or I have no problems with so-and-so, whatever, and then you find this out, you'll have a problem, and you'll go, yeah, all right, well, I was there for you, and you weren't for me. Go fuck yourself. I'm moving on, kind of thing. It will give you that extra push to let this go, apparently, because you're definitely picking up on some bullshit, because this needs to be rectified. You know, whatever happened here, because it's already happened is what I want to say, or it's continuing. So it's happened in the past and it just keeps happening off and on. It needs to stop, basically, and it needs to be brought to the surface, and Spirit's gonna make damn sure it is. Probably been waiting for this keeps coming out, you know, out of all these cards. This card keeps coming out. 3 of Candles, 3 of Wands. It's waiting. Maybe you're waiting for a sign. You could have been waiting before, like, oh, things went quiet, and I wonder when the next one's gonna happen. I've been waiting for this. That's what I just heard. So somebody's been waiting for this moment, for information to come out, the truth to come out. I've been waiting for this. this validation. So some of you have been waiting for this validation, and if you're catching a lot of synchronicities, it's coming. I feel like it's here. Yeah, change is definitely here, but it's going to bring a little bit of conflict. But it's nothing you can't handle kind of thing. I just keep wanting to say, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Someone's not going to be very happy with who betrayed them. Like, with what they find out. Like, it was you? Like, why? I've said that before. It just feels shocking. Like, out of all the mother effers out there, you betrayed me? You pulled this bullshit? You didn't trust in this? It was you? I just keep wanting to say that. So yeah, this tower's gonna suck for someone. It's gonna suck for both parties, but whoever feels betrayed and got betrayed, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. It's gonna allow for the change that's necessary in this situation and in your life, but it's gonna really suck for whoever was part of the problem ultimately. Because I feel gang stalking in here. And if there isn't legit gang stalking going on, or there wasn't in this situation, it was definitely you were led to believe that. But I do feel like there's multiple energies that were a problem. Even if the other people in this situation didn't have ill intent towards you, they were roped in somehow, some way. And you were getting signs from the universe about what direction to go in, and when and where and how to do things. So I want to say, for example, if telepathically someone wants you to go to enter a trap, to go wherever, go here, and you feel like you should because you heard it, you felt it, like, oh yeah, okay, yay, let's see what's going on here because this is exciting, or I just feel like I should, so I don't want to miss this opportunity. That's taking advantage of someone, just saying. But so you go and you get signs, maybe you get direct messages from source, from spirit, or your loved ones even on the other side going, it's a trap, don't go to this place, don't listen. But then you still listen and a problem happens, or you hesitate and go, I should pay attention to this fucking sign because I'm getting guided from the universe. But it feels confusing. Like, well, why would you tell me to go here? Why do I feel like I need to go here and then you tell me not to? Well, which one is it? That can be very confusing, like deciphering the difference between telepathy and spiritual messages and stuff like that. So you were receiving signs from spirit, source. To avoid this situation, you could have ignored it because it was confusing. I don't feel like you ignore that stuff now, though. You were definitely talking to your ancestors and angels, and signs from the universe are all over the place. Music is extremely significant here. Different songs, certain songs, significant songs. I just heard significant songs that you played. Because she talks to angels has popped in my head too. All right, give me more on here's your sign. This energy is bringing me back to those days, to what happened. I don't know why, though. Because that was a few years ago. I mean, this full moon energy is about, facing things and releasing the past, letting go. But it's weird because what happened to me during that time, I pretty much have let it go. It's more of just kind of like, it'd be nice if I knew the ins and outs of the situation kind of thing, which I feel like I know the majority of it, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not like I sit here and focus on it. And I do hate it when it pops up in readings, But if it's popping up publicly, it's because there's either someone that was tied to that situation for me at the time that pays attention, and they need to hear this because they're going to be chastised, or you went through something similar, or it's coming up for you. And it's like, don't make the same mistakes I did. That might be why I'm talking about telepathy a lot lately, because some of you might be waking up to that. Because I did mention in another reading, someone's gifts are going to be heightened. I can't remember when I posted it. And if that is one of them and you're not familiar with it, because obviously if you've never dealt with it before, you're not going to understand it. And you might get confused between spiritual messages and telepathic communication, because it is hard to decipher sometimes, especially in the beginning, which is why I think this stuff is coming up and why I even mention it in the first place. It's a learning tool. So it's like taking a shit experience and turning it into a lesson. Well, there's karma coming, just saying, but turning it into like a teaching tool. 3 of Presents. Spirit's been working together with you this whole time. So 3 of Coins. The answers will come. The answers will come through your work. So through whatever you're working on or whatever you feel like you should work on, there's hidden truths that will be within this. So it could be currently going on if you're a reader or something like that, but this feels like it could be anything. Like, for example, you know how certain shows or movies or stories or whatever, they seem like fiction because as the author's writing them, it is. But some of those things are predictive energy. Like a lot of people say that the Simpsons predict future stuff, and they have, you know, in the show and stuff. And I truly believe that those with creative minds, no matter what your talent is, that creativity comes from source, especially with writers and like script writers, screenwriters, you know, book writers, whatever. No matter what you're writing, sometimes when you just get in the mode and you feel things, it doesn't always come from you, which is where the predictions come from. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like there could be something that you're going to work on, no matter what it is, and it is creative, that is going to provide the answers you need about this situation or upcoming events. It's like you feel like you're writing a fictitious story, but it isn't. It's actually going to happen or unfold that way, or that's what's going on. And maybe you're just unaware at the time of you writing this or working on it or whatever, no matter what it is. And then you go, that's what that meant. You know, it's reminding me of with that example, because I do like to write. I don't finish much. I need to, because I've been heavily thinking about my stories that I've written. Oh God, I don't even remember how long ago now. But I mean, one of them has like almost 200 pages typed and stuff. That one was Shifting Light, which is a mystical, magical story. I do like that one. I should probably finish that one. There's a lot I should finish, but anyways, when the time is right. So I had some short stories, and what would happen is I would write so much, and I would be like so enthralled in what I was writing, almost like I was in the zone, you know, zoned out and tuning everything else out and just kind of mindlessly going, like it just flowed through, which is where I feel like spirit comes in those moments. Like, so if you're a songwriter, screenwriter, whatever, it can happen like that, where you just kind of, you're so into it, you don't even know how the hell you wrote as much as you did, kind of thing. That's what would happen with these short stories at the time. And it's automatic writing, if you think about it. It's just quote unquote fiction. It's just make believe. At least that's your intention. That's what you think. So that would happen, and then I would hit a block. And it was almost like I couldn't think of a motherfucking thing to say. I was like, I got this far, and now nothing. I don't even know where the story's gonna go. Kind of thing. And then I'd put it away, and then another idea would pop in, and it'd be another short story. And it's like, what the hell? It was driving me nuts. So I just kind of stopped doing that for a little bit. But there was one with this energy. It's bringing me back to where it was about a psychic. I don't know. I can't remember if she was a psychic medium or whatever, but she didn't know that she was. She didn't know that she had these capabilities, which is kind of what I'm talking about with understanding where shit comes from or why you feel the way you feel, why you should do whatever, you know. Um, she didn't know that she had these abilities, and it started off in the dream space. It wasn't like in her everyday thoughts and, you know, whatever. It was just dreams. And they felt so vivid and so real. And she'd be like, this feels significant. Like they would wake her up and she would be terrified or like reeling, like, what the hell was that about, kind of thing. But these dreams were connected to the mind of a killer in the story that I wrote. And so she was in the twisted mind of this motherfucker in the dream space. And she would remember these dreams, and he caught on even without meeting her and knowing who she was at first. He caught on to the fact that she was picking up on what he was thinking about and what he was doing. So sometimes she would witness, you know, the unlifing he would do and just the bad things he would do. She would witness it in the dreams. And then she connected the dots because she worked for the newspaper and she worked in the obituary section. And she would see like the people that she would see in her dream would be in the paper. And it would be like, wait a minute, what the hell? So as she's trying to figure this out, the bad guy figures it out and starts talking to her directly. Like, do you like what I did for you? I did this just for you. As he's committing his crimes, because he knew he was being watched. Like through astral travel, even the dream space, astral travel, whatever. He knew he was being watched by her. But she knew what was in the recesses of his mind, the dark and twistedness in there. And I don't know how he knew, because I didn't write that in there. And I still don't know because I'm the author, so maybe I should figure it out. But they would communicate that way. And then I didn't finish it, but I was going to have it be in her reality where she would pick up on it while she was awake. And then it would start, like, that's when the drama, the whole situation would unfold. But that's what I'm kind of feeling here, where someone didn't know that you knew what they were thinking, feeling, going through, doing, whatever. They had no clue, no matter how you were picking up on it. But once they found out that you could, that you were capable of that, they fucked with you. Like, I did this just for you. That kind of thing. That's where that story's coming in. That one will be a good book. I'm just saying, I gotta finish it. I've got to go over some minor details in the story anyways, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. When I feel the urge, I'll do it. It's like, is there a Stephen King book like this, or is there a movie out there like this, even if it wasn't Stephen King, where it's like whatever the author writes happens? I swear to God, there's like a book or a movie about that. Where it's like, as this author, this writer is just writing down their story, it's like magically happening and occurring. It happens. It's like whatever's on this paper is gonna fucking happen, kind of thing. That could be looked at as strange and unusual, like magic. It's magic pen, magic book, whatever. Isn't it called Devil's Ink or something? I don't know. Or prophecies. I guess it's all about perspective. So yeah. 7 swords, 7 needles. Someone snuck into your head. You're looking at someone's fuck shit. And I feel like the only reason you even knew what was going on with whoever the hell this is, it's a problem. This person has ill intentions. The only reason you even knew was because Spirit was giving you a heads up. They were letting you know. Giving you open access where access was denied. You hacked the system, but it's because this person had bad intentions towards you or these people. Yeah, it had something to do with control. It could even be mind control. But somebody might have been trying to control your mind through thoughts, through telepathy and shit. But I feel like you were seeing what was hidden within somebody. And it probably worried you. But it was for a reason. It was for a reason. I kind of feel like, in part, like if we're talking about spiritual lesson here, which way do you want to go? What are you going to listen to? What are you going to choose? I feel like you're choosing to listen to your higher self and actual spiritual guidance versus telepathy now. Even though that's still there, like you can still do that. Especially if you have that capability. I don't know. Someone was faced with a choice in the past. A problem was faced with a choice in the past and they chose wrong. And I know whoever that is going to look at all of this as like, yeah, right, I'm not going to pay for that. No one's going to fucking know. No one will believe so-and-so because this shit don't happen. It's make-believe. It's going to sound like fiction. And it kind of does, but it's not. So it's like there's no way to prove this. But there is. There is. And it's happening. You know what's funny? It's almost like there's no way to prove that somebody messed with you in that way. But because you can get inside their head, you know when they're doing bad things. You know where they hide things. Where the remote is. You know what I mean? It's under their bed. They're going to inadvertently lead you to some type of evidence that's going to incriminate them, possibly in something else, that can actually be proven in a court of law, or that the world will understand and see. So it's like, you might not get full retribution for the crap they pulled with you, but because of what you're capable of and what you know, you're going to nail this motherfucker to the cross. And I don't even feel like you're going to do it intentionally. You're just going to be drawn to find this information. Could be dealing with a King of Coins. We have the King of Presents here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but we also have the Queen of Candles. Aries, Leo, Sag. Just the energy, maybe not the sun sign. This person likes your gifts. Look how happy he looks holding that present. And it feels like he was given this present. Like this is your gift. I love this. Wow, I love your gifts. That's the way I'm looking at that. So somebody's looking at that. Because this one's gifted. Cats are in and out of rounds. And the cat is focused on the flame. This is the let's play energy. I fucking said that in, was it yesterday's reading? It's time to play. It's time to play. Well, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. But I don't feel like you're the one that's going to get burned. If you got burned in the past, someone else is going to get burned this time. Because you know how to handle this fire now. You know how to handle this. So it'll be very different in this upcoming situation. Because you're not going to just handle it differently. It's going to come through different. It's going to be more clear. I'm just going to get one of these and then I'm going to go, because this one, like I said, I don't like picking up on the past stuff, but sometimes it makes sense to you guys. And even if what I went through doesn't make full sense, it pertains to someone messing with someone in a spiritual sense. where it's hard to prove. It makes you feel crazy. It makes you go, like, question everything. Something like that. I mean, I did mention gang stalking, and that's a good example of how people can mess with someone's head, regardless of telepathy, but we have that here. So it has been coming up a lot. And it doesn't always. But, like with gang stalking, I don't know, there was something I saw, I think it was a news thing, where people, would go into someone's house and move things around and make it look like kind of ransack the place or just move small things, leave a window open. And it just kind of gets you on edge where it's like, who did that? Why is that moved? Where? And a lot of people think it's paranormal at first, like, oh, okay, maybe. Why is there so much activity going on? Like, what is this? But then there are things that occur that spirit won't do, can't do, whatever. And it's like, okay, that was a person. Someone was in my house. Someone was in my room. Someone was in my car, wherever it was. And you notice. But it still fucks with your head because you don't know who the fuck it is. Nobody owns up to it. That's a good way to get into someone's head. And it's mind fuckery. Well, you're going to find out who was in your home, your car, or whatever. Just saying. Or if they do it now, you'll find out. But that's just an example as to how other people can mess with someone's mind regardless of telepathic communication. Because that shit really happens to people. Because there's some nut jobs out there that try to make the sane people of the world look like fucking nut jobs. Choose wisely. Okay, well, this is sideways, so I'm going to read both. Choose wisely. Decisions shape your path amid challenges. Stay open to learning as answers reveal your destined journey. Yeah, stay open to signs and synchronicities and for your forward movement, especially if it feels positive and it's like something you really should do. If you hesitate, it's okay. Hesitate. You're doing it for a reason. Listen to you above whatever thoughts are in your fucking head is what I want to say. But someone in this situation needs to choose wisely. They probably won't. Labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. That's kind of what I feel here, like in the past, the labyrinth, getting stuck in the labyrinth. Which way do you want to go? Leading someone astray, being led astray, leading yourself astray, whatever. But there's I don't know, there's some type of manipulation in here. Regardless, it's because if you think about it, the movie Labyrinth, no matter which fucking direction she goes in, she's gonna get lost. It's gonna take a while. There's gonna be obstacles. It's to throw you off course, because the worm says in the beginning, you shouldn't have gone that way. Never go that way. You should have just gone straight to the castle, because things aren't always as they seem. It almost feels like whatever's put in front of you is what you have to do. Like, oh, I have to go through all this? No, you don't. You can bypass it all. It's all about choices. It's all an illusion. There's major manipulation in here. So choose wisely when this shit resurfaces. Because I feel like someone's going to pull some bullshit again. Something else is going to come up and you will be faced with a choice. Like, how are you going to handle this? Are you going to go through the fucking maze again? Or are you just going to head straight to the damn castle? I just heard you already know what's to come. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go now. But I love you guys so much. And I do want to do like a love reading. And I might try to do like, I want to call it an abundance and money read, because it would be like career in any form of abundance, the things that make you happy. I want to have a focus like that for the collective and just kind of see what comes out, because whenever I do generals, stuff like this comes out because it's general and I don't even know what the topic's going to be until it fucking comes out of the deck like that, and I feel like I need to leave this out because this is significant. So I'll probably meditate on this later, just to see if I get more clarity. If I do, I'll share it with you guys, especially if this makes sense to you. But I want to read on like love and other things. Reading dreams. Reading dreams and signs. For some of you, there's a lot of signs within your dreams. You might have decoded them wrong at one point, or thought you were wrong, because it didn't make a lot of sense, but I feel like it's going to. I don't know, there's definitely confirmations that are going to be coming in for someone. You're not alone in this. And I do feel like most of you are on the right path, but I just wanted to say that you're not alone in this. Even if you feel alone or you felt alone, your angels and ancestors were right, working right alongside you. But I love you guys. Peace.